What's up everybody, Danny's here and we are back at it again with another video. But before we get into it, make sure you check out all the links in the description below. So, as you guys may have noticed, I know it's been like 1 week since the Nintendo Switch 2 was released. So, as I was saying, beginner tip when you own a Nintendo Switch 2. So these are the beginner tips that I wanted to talk about when you own a Nintendo Switch 2. So, anyone who owns a Nintendo Switch 2, you may want to take a look at the first thing you may want to buy for the Switch 2 is buying the Switch 2 bundle, because it would be a lot cheaper than buying it separately though. But to be honest, I think I like buying it. I like buying the Switch 2 bundle, which kind of makes a lot of sense though. So, as I was saying, the beginner tip when you buy a Switch 2, I would go with the bundle. I would suggest the Switch 2 bundle because it'll help you save a lot of money though. So, as I was saying, now that you have the Switch 2 and now that you got the Switch 2 bundle, if you have the original Nintendo Switch games, you could possibly get some Nintendo Switch 2 games for free though, like I would say Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and Kirby in the Forgotten Land. If you own these original Nintendo Switch games, and if you have the expansion pack, you can possibly get it for free though, definitely. And if you don't though, then it might cost you $10 though, which I guess makes sense. So this is called the upgrade pack. If you don't know what the upgrade pack is, it means you buy it digitally on the Nintendo eShop, but it only works on the Nintendo Switch 2. And you can possibly link your Nintendo account to the Switch 2 if you have it with the expansion pack, which is the thing though. So, a lot of people are saying that, what people are saying right now is that when the Switch 2 edition, they have better graphics and better gameplay, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Plus, they have like DLC, stuff like that though. They do have DLC stuff like that, like Super Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition. It has Jamboree TV, that's a DLC though. And also Kirby in the Forgotten Land has DLC though, which is kind of cool though. And plus Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they just have a Switch 2 edition. But there was no DLC for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. There should be one though eventually. Maybe for the Switch 2. Apparently though. So, as I was saying, Nintendo does actually have lots of games they need to put on the Nintendo Switch 2. Cyberpunk 277 Ultimate Edition was released though, so I highly recommend playing this game for the Nintendo Switch 2. Although I haven't played it yet though. I have not played it yet though. But definitely though, I would highly recommend like some other games that should go on the Switch 2, like Fortnite. Yeah, that should be a good one. Minecraft as well though. What else? What games should I highly recommend playing for the Switch 2 when I get one? So let me know in the comments below. For me though, I would say Mario Kart World though, once I get the Switch 2 bundle, which kind of makes a lot of sense though. And plus, Animal Crossing New Horizons, that should be a really cool one, definitely. Plus Zelda Link's Awakening. I mean, these games are on the Nintendo Switch, so I would highly recommend playing them on the Switch 2. That's what I was going to say. But definitely, though, that's what I would say. But here's another beginner tip. Once you set up your Nintendo Switch 2, you can get one of the free Nintendo Switch 2 edition games with the expansion pack and with the original Nintendo Switch games. It could possibly say free download or $10 if you have the expansion pack and the original Nintendo Switch games. That would make a lot of sense though if you get it for free or for $10 apparently though. I would say that Nintendo does have, like, once you have the original Switch games, you can possibly get one for free on the Switch too. Also, beginner tip number 3. You can possibly play GameCube games once you have the Switch Online expansion pack. And plus, though, you can possibly take a look what GameCube games they have. I would highly recommend Zelda Wind Waker on the Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Switch Online. That is the game I highly recommend playing, which I guess makes sense though. So, I think that's going to wrap it up here for today's video. I really hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to leave a comment and share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification every time you get notified when I post a video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!